Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 78-year-old female. Now, first thing I recommend is just go to our website at funeralfunds.com. We've got these free quoters on just about every page. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in, and we're licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, and then put your birthday and the rest of the info and click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page on our website where you'll be able to see the best insurance companies, and it will show you the actual pricing for all the insurance companies for your age and state. Yeah, it's really terrific. Take advantage of that. You can also give us a call directly at 888-862-9456, and one of our licensed agents can help you over the phone, get your rates or answer any questions, whatever you're looking for. Now, one of the first things I would recommend a 78-year-old female do is just consider if $20,000 worth of insurance was appropriate for her final expense needs. Now, typically, those final expense needs would be either a cremation or a burial. Let's kind of take a look at both of those in that order. So the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn after the cremation. The other way to do it is if you want some sort of a ceremony. So you'd have a ceremony in addition to the cremation, maybe a remembrance of life or celebration of life ceremony, something like that. So that's probably going to be around $3,500 to $4,500 on average. So coverage-wise, if you're looking to get insurance coverage for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would typically recommend around $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. So some of you might be asking, well, geez, Randy, I mean, the cremation's like $2,000. Why are we looking at $5,000 worth of coverage? Well, the reason is inflation. You know, our 78-year-old female hopefully is going to make it to 88, and we know pricing is going to be higher at that point. So we just add in some extra coverage for that. And it works out really terrific in that we can inflation-proof the plan and lock in the lowest rates right now. But God forbid, if you did die a little bit sooner, there's some extra coverage in there for maybe some unexpected expenses, maybe credit cards or medical bills or something like that. And then for the cremation and the ceremony, we would typically recommend maybe $7,000 to $10,000 worth of coverage. And again, that does those two great things. It inflation proofs the plan, but it also provides some money early on in the policy, just in case you didn't live as long as you thought and there were some other bills to pay off. Now for a burial, the average cost of a burial in the United States is right around $10,000. If you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a $10,000 check, they should be able to help you. It's hard to imagine they would say no, because then you just walk out the door and walk 2 blocks down to the road to their competition and give them the money. But just understand, $10,000 is not going to be anything fancy, not going to be anything, extravagant by any means, but, it should get things done. But the one thing it's not going to do is inflation-proof your plan. So most people we help age 78, females, probably looking at maybe $10,000 to $15,000. Some maybe want $20,000 if they've got really extravagant, like final expense needs or funerals or something like that. But on average, $10,000 to $15,000. The $10,000 takes care of your most immediate needs right now, just in case you're on a fixed or unlimited income and things were tight at the moment. And just keep in mind, we can always add more coverage later too. So yeah, if nothing else, get something in place just to protect your family. Now, sometimes we'll get somebody that will call up and say, hey, I want to get like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 because I want to leave money to my kids. And we let them know what the pricing is for a 78-year-old female on $50,000. And, it's not inexpensive. I'm just going to be straight up with you. And they see that pricing and they go, oh, I can't afford that. I'm not going to do anything at all then. And we try to have a conversation with them about that, in that, if you don't do anything at all about it, then your kids are going to have to pay these final expenses. Chances are they're going to have to throw it on their credit cards. 26% interest, probably be paying on it for years. So what we typically recommend is use this insurance for what it's intended for, final expenses. Get that taken care of first. And then if you want a separate policy for your kids, we can help you write a separate policy at some point in the future for the kids too. But really, the most important and pressing needs is getting your final expenses taken care of. Now, one thing we always recommend is first day coverage or benefits. We do not recommend those 2-year waiting period plans at all. And we'll talk about those in a minute. But yeah, what first day coverage means is hypothetically, If you were approved and your policy was issued as of today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would write out that check for that $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000. It's the very best coverage. It also has the lowest pricing. So really sometimes we'll get some folks in and they'll go, well, yeah, I do want first day coverage, Randy, but I've got some health issues and I'm not sure I would qualify. And to them, we say, hey, that's our problem, not your problem, at least from an insurance standpoint. And that's why we work with all the different insurance companies. We work with enough different insurance companies. They all have different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And really about 95% of the time, we're getting folks first day coverage or benefits right off the bat. So we're terrific at what we do in that area. Really, the only reason we wouldn't be able to get them first day coverage is if they waited too long and they had some significant health issues, like maybe they had a terminal illness and they weren't going to live another 12 months, or they had dementia, or they're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home. If that were the case, then we'd probably refer out to a different insurance company. The other thing that typically happens is, like on a weekly basis, it seems, we'll get somebody that will call up and they'll say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance and we don't have any money. Their body's down at the funeral home. The funeral home director's not going to do anything without any check or money. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get the funeral home director paid off. We have to let them know that there's no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer a policy on somebody who's dead. You have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that the person died. Of course, that's sad. But what's even more sad is that they knew they were going to die someday. They probably thought about getting this insurance at some point in the future, and they didn't do it. And they just procrastinated. And then one day they just went and died. And now their family's got to clean up the mess. And typically that means they've got to pay for the burial and all the final arrangements. And most of the time, families are going to have to put that on credit cards at 26% interest, and they're going to be paying on this for years. And what a terrible legacy to leave behind when that didn't have to happen. You could have had this insurance. You just didn't do it. And now your legacy will be remembered as not taking care of this. And the family had to pay for this and pay years and years and years on credit cards and pay just enormous amounts of interest. So don't leave that legacy behind. This insurance is affordable. If you need to start small, we can always help you add more coverage. But yeah, take care of that legacy. Now, one thing we don't recommend is the plans with the 2-year waiting periods at all. Now, Colonial Penn, you may not know this, but their $9.95 plan, it's got one of them 2-year waiting periods, and we don't recommend that at all. Yeah, but Colonial Penn's not the only company. It's Colonial Penn. There's Mutual of Omaha, United of Omaha, they're lying there. AIG, Gerber, gosh, so many other different companies. That's all they offer is 2-year waiting periods. And you want to stay away from those. Some of these companies out there have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that the only thing you're going to qualify for if you're over age 50 is a plan with a 2-year waiting period. And we hear that and we go, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Now, our 78-year-old female probably just got done watching one of those Colonial Penn TV commercials, and she's probably thinking, I outsmarted them. I waited until age 78. I just watched that commercial. It is so slickly produced. I bet I'm going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. I am so much smarter than Colonial Penn. And then she calls the Colonial Penn agent or goes on their website like we have done for you and sees that for a female age 78, 1 unit of coverage, $9.95, Colonial Penn's only going to pay out $657 in death benefit. That's a little bit different than what Miss 78-year-old had in mind, isn't it? Yeah. And there's some people out there that would say that, these companies that offer these really low teaser rates, that they actually don't even want to sell you that really lowest level of insurance. What they're really doing is just trying to get your information, get you into their marketing funnels, get you on the phone, and show you how minimal that coverage is, and then try to upsell you into a higher coverage amount plan that is much more profitable for them. Now, we would never say that that's what Colonial Penn is doing, but some people allude to that, and you may want to consider that too, based off $9.95 only putting out $657. That's not even enough for a cremation in the United States, right? Not anywhere I know of. And it doesn't really matter because it has a 2-year waiting period. It's not going to pay out in the first 2 years. So yeah, just be cautious. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Now, the challenge we're going to run into getting $20,000 from Colonial Penn is that they only offer up to 15 units of coverage. So the challenge here is, if you look at that, 15 units is only going to buy $9,855. Not even halfway to $20,000. So it's not even a good option for coverage-wise, but it's also very expensive, and it's got that pesky 2-year waiting period. Yikes, don't do that. So let's take a look here. Let's see what first day coverage would cost for $20,000. So we've got $20,000 here. We've got our female, age 78. Let's hit the get quote button right there. And again, around $10,000 is $150. And if you look right here, I'm going to go up and show you again here. This is $20,000. You can get $20,000 for around $170. So basically $20 more, roundabout, for $20 more, you can get an extra $10,000 in coverage and get first day coverage and eliminate that 2-year waiting period. So, why would you ever go with a plan that costs pretty darn close, within $20, and you get 50% less coverage? Man alive, we don't recommend that at all. Just be a smart consumer. And it's okay if you're not a smart consumer with this insurance. We can help you be a smart consumer. Let us help you get and qualify for these lower rates. First day coverage. You should never settle for a 2-year waiting period plan when you qualify for first day coverage. Let's look at some other companies here. See, here we go. You'll be able to see all these different companies. Well, I mean, here's one, Lumico. Remember, we were $170 for the lowest price, and they're $241. That's roughly about $70 more a month. So $70 a month times 12 months, that's right around $840 a year you'd be overpaying. So if our 78-year-old female lived to age 88, you have ended up overpaying right around $8,400, roundabout, to go with Lumico. When you could get much lower pricing with another company and end up with an extra $8,000 plus in your bank account that you didn't turn over to an insurance company. And we really think that money's better off in your pocket, in your bank account, than in an insurance company's bank account. So let us help you there. We can help you be a smart shopper. Here's another one. Lincoln Heritage, fine company, I guess, but oh man, are they expensive. It is first day coverage, but oh man, are they expensive, $251. And the reason they're a little more expensive is they've got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes to get the lowest pricing, maybe do a couple other things, but they don't do that for free. No, they charge for it. It's built into the rates, and the rates are pretty darn tootin' high. Again, so $251 versus $171. That's like $80 more a month. So if we do $80 a month times 12, that you're going to end up, that's an extra $960 a month. And if we go 10 years, if our 78-year-old female makes it to 88, you have overpaid right around $9,600 on a $20,000 policy. So why would you ever sign up for a plan that's, going to cost like an extra 10 grand? So you got to ask yourself, is it worth paying an insurance company right around $9,600 more after 10 years to call 2 or 3 funeral homes and maybe do a couple other things that might only take an hour or so? Is that worth it? A lot of people would say that's a great payday for the insurance company, but imagine that $9,600 sitting in your bank account versus an insurance company's, if we just get you approved with one of these lower price companies. And these all offer first day coverage. There's no sense overpaying. So what we actually do as well is we offer a free funeral and estate planning guide. And you can download that off our website, print it out. Once it's printed out, just fill it out. Fill it out. Who gets what goes where, and what you want to happen after you're gone, and then keep that with your insurance policy. And then when you pass away, your family's going to know that you've protected them, both financially with the insurance policy, but also emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. All they'll need to do is open that funeral and estate planning guide and start reading, and they will know everything that you wanted done after you're gone. And reading through that, they will know that you love them, not only in life. You not only protected them in life, but you loved and protected them in death, exactly when they would need you the most. And you did that by providing money to take care of your final expense, and then guidance so that they would know exactly what to do, and without any worry at all, other than just worrying about your loss. So what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. If you want to leave a legacy like that, just reach out to us. We've actually got a special quote for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube, where you can get the best companies and the lowest rates. It's really terrific. Check it out. And you can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you with rates or any other questions. But if you've got an existing policy and you want us to price shop it to see if we can save you money, or you just even want to add coverage to it, we can help you with that. If you need brand new coverage, or you just have questions about what might be appropriate or what you might need, we can help you with that. But, we look forward to that day when we can help you get the most amount of insurance for the least amount of money. We will be blessed to help you with this at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you take care, you stay safe. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.